Today, I'm going to guide us on a mindful walking experience. Mindful walking is paying attention in the present moment to the way that we're moving through the world. In particular, we pay attention to the combination of our breath and our footfall. And most often, if we're doing this, we're slowing ourselves down so that we can really take time to notice the way that we're moving through the world. That being said, you can do this at a normal pace. You can do this indoors, you can do this outdoors. Really doesn't matter. You can do this in a really small space. You can do this across a far distance. It's up to you to make it your own, but basically you want to make sure that you're in a place that's safe to move at the pace that you want to move at, using your body in a way that feels comfortable to you. So let's give it a try. I'll walk us through it. All right, you found a safe place to walk. Now, turn your attention to your feet. Let your feet stand firmly on the earth. Take a nice inhale and exhale, and we begin. First one step, then the next. Paying attention to each footfall, letting the foot move through the entirety of its motion, heel to toe, heel to toe. Now, you can match that up with your breath. So perhaps you take an inhale and an exhale and an inhale and an exhale. Or if you'd like, you can pair it up with a mantra or a phrase such as, with this step, I give love. With this step, I receive love. With this step, I give love. With this step, I receive love. If the slowness of it is awkward or almost makes you wobble, that's okay. Notice that too. And continue. Maybe aim for 10 steps in a row, then repeat. Maybe aim for 10 breaths in a row, then repeat. And when you're ready, finish off by again finding yourself with your feet nice and firm on the ground. Take a deep inhale in and exhale out. And give thanks for this beautiful place. So I've been asked how to practice mindful walking, even if you are not physically abled or don't have use of your legs or your feet. And I have a few recommendations. So one, I've done mindful walking by dragging an arm across a wall while seated, paying attention to what is noticed. I've read about people in wheelchairs doing mindful walking using their chair, by noticing the bumps on the sidewalk or the pavement as they're moving through the world. And I'm sure that with a little bit of imagination and courage, that you all might find many other ways to practice mindful walking that do not require use of your legs or feet. And if you do, I'd love for you to share those with the rest of the community. And just know that really the main point, again, is to pay attention as we move through the world, whether it's to our feet, to our hands, to the wind across our face. It's just about being present and attentive. So one thing I really love about mindful walking is how it makes me move differently in the world. It's very deliberately slowing ourselves down, which is something I'm not always good at. Many of us aren't always good at. And it's just, really a chance to open our experience of movement to another way of being, right? We're still making forward progress. Maybe it's slower than we're used to. Maybe it's a little more deliberate than we're used to. Yes, this is a metaphor, right? But it's worth trying. I know the first time that I was introduced to mindful walking, I thought, this is so weird. And honestly, thought I would never do it again after the first time I tried it. But I find that I try to work it into my hikes. Sometimes, even when I'm running, I might not be going as slow as I am right now, but I definitely pay attention to pairing my footfall with my breath, even sometimes with a mantra, right? And that's what these mindfulness practices are about, especially these ones where we're out of doors or paying attention to the ecosystems, the ecology of the places and people around us, right? It's just to allow ourselves that opportunity to be be slow, to be deliberate, to be mindful, right? Paying attention in the present moment without judgment. So I hope you'll give this a try. Get out there.